Hey, Lise. Happy Sunday to you.
Sunday to you. How was your week?
Oh, it was so good in so many ways. Just the feedback that we got on our posts from around Cecile and then Jenny, um,
Brett.
Brett,
Yes,
honestly,
we need some guys to represent the extraordinary
absolutely.
people in the community.
Totally fueled me. That's for sure. How was your week?
It was good. It was really good. I think it was a week of aha moments for me, for sure. Um, I don't know, like how many days have we been working from home or self-isolating? I don't know. Like I think
It's
March 20th was when I started, but I think you were even longer.
I think I started the week before that. So too long is the answer. What were some of your aha moments?
Well, it's actually interesting because it's only taken 2 months to figure this out. But the beginning, when we started working from home, I was excited about not having to commute to work every day and not having to make lunches or prepare snacks. And, I shut off my alarm instead of, still setting it for a certain time and just forcing myself to get up as soon as I wake up. Um, I actually just found my Apple Watch again. I didn't know where it was. So there's that. And I realized this week that a lot of those things that I was doing in the morning that I was celebrating not having to do anymore, were actually creating an environment of success for me. And, my choice has been for a number of months now, I choose a healthy mind and body.
Mm-hmm.
And all of my habits that I'd created throughout the week and every day were creating that environment of success for me to have that healthy mind and body. So it was kind of an aha thing for me this week. And I'm embarrassed to say that it took me 2 months to figure that out. And of course, I'm still sticking to my morning routine and doing that sort of thing. But planning what I was going to have for lunch and portioning or packaging those snacks were setting me up for success. And so that was my aha moment this week. And so I'm back on track with planning lunches, packing, snacks, making those things readily available, those healthy choices, so that when I am looking for something to eat, I'm picking the healthy choices instead of the chips and the crackers that are in the pantry. So yeah, I'm feeling more like myself this week. And
That's so good.
yeah.
That's awesome. It's funny that you say that because I had a similar thing occur, and I don't know about you, but I call them COVID days. And they're days where I just am not myself. I'm in a funk. I'm fortunate because they don't happen very often for me, but when they do, they hit me and they hit me hard. And I just come off of a COVID day, and I was in a meeting, and I just noticed that everyone kept apologizing. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And it really had me thinking, what we're so ingrained to apologize for what we perceive to be our flaws or our missteps and anything. And people, we're in a freaking pandemic. I would say people's tolerance and patience is probably the highest it's been for all humanity in a very, very long time, if we really look at it. And so I actually did some messaging with some of my staff this week, and I was like, you are no longer permitted to put in "I'm sorry" in any correspondence to me. In any correspondence, you can't start an email that way. And then I thought, well, I'm a bit fraudulent because I'm doing that internally all the time. I've been so hard on myself. And I thought, you know what, this is so ridiculous. There aren't rules right
No.
now. There are no rules. And so I'm doing what feels good for me. And you know what? Yeah, there's days where maybe I don't exactly meet my self-imposed expectations to the level I want it to be, but I'm still doing really well. And not like you. I maybe kind of am sneaking into the pantry and having a few more chips, and maybe happy hour lasts a little longer for me. But I'm still leaning into those core habits that I have, which is I exercise every single day. My body sweats every single day. I get my heart rate up every single day. I need that, and I celebrate that. And my water intake is a huge piece for me. And the one thing that I've really noticed that has been a struggle for me in the past is I'm getting more sleep than I've ever had before. I am the most rested that I've been probably since I had kids, 19 plus years ago. And it's because I have the opportunity to embed some rest into in my practice now. And that's become a new habit that, man, I'm not going to let go of. So, I mean, although we've had some differences, it's interesting that we've both hit that moment of awareness around the same time throughout this pandemic as well.
Yeah, it's crazy when you were saying about your COVID days. I've had a few of those as well, and more so earlier on than I would say now. And early on when we were working from home, I actually listened in on a webinar with a person who specializes in trauma. And he actually said during that webinar that it's okay to have a hissy fit every once in a while when you're experiencing trauma. And we're all experiencing trauma right now, and I believe to a certain degree, more so for some than others, and so I think we just need to show ourselves a little bit of grace when we're having those days, but go to bed at night with the mindset that tomorrow will be better and tomorrow will be different. And so yeah, it's been a ride for sure. And I think my marriage is stronger now, and I don't think he had seen the hissy fits before this, so that was something new for us.
The farmer is so lucky.
For sure, but yeah, it has really shone a light on those habits that we create for ourselves in our day-to-day lives, and how letting them kind of fall to the wayside really did impact my mindset, my sleep patterns. You know me, I like to go to bed early and rise early for sure, but I wasn't getting those good solid sleeps because I wasn't taking care of my body and mind the way that I usually had. So I think we're on the right track now. I was going to tell you, this is hilarious. So my watch, of course, I don't know what it can do really. I can get text messages and I can count my steps, but it was very obvious this week that I wasn't getting the same number of steps in as I used to. So whenever there's a break, I go outside, I put on my sneakers, I go outside, I walk to the end of our lane and back. Well, the dog is over it. Like, he came for like the first 4 trips, and now he just stands at the deck and watches because he knows this isn't a real walk, lady. You're not taking me out into the field where I can.
You are a faux walker.
Yeah, so he's over it. He doesn't like the new habit of moving my body and to the end of the lane and back. So it's kind of funny.
So your cheer team is not supporting your efforts. They want you to do longer distance. That's the moral of that story there. As you were talking and sharing, it's so funny how what you've had as habits kind of, especially around the sleep piece, has kind of slipped away, and you're regaining control of that a bit. Whereas for me, it was just naturally occurring, and that was something I was working so hard to achieve. And it's so interesting how it looks different for everybody, right? How that piece works. And I was listening, or I saw a post, my good friend Kelly Garrett had posted on, I think it was on her Facebook, and she did this 1-minute tip. And really how she concluded it was, speak to yourself gently, speak to yourself as you would speak to a 5-year-old. Yes. And with that tenderness and kindness that you would speak to a 5-year-old. And I guess if we would all adopt that as being our guiding principle through how we adapt to working from home, how we set expectations for ourselves, how we treat each other, man, I think we're going to be in a really good place.
So well said. I agree with you wholeheartedly. I think we need to be kind and speak to each other, like you say, like a 5-year-old, or how you would speak to your best friend. I would never say things to you that I say to myself sometimes, but so true. It's so true. We need to be kind to ourselves and show ourselves some grace. But at the same time, I'm only going to allow myself one day, and then the next day has to be better than the day before. So
I'm with you. I agree with that 100%. So to all of you who continue to listen and follow us, we remember there's no rules right now. And Lisa and I have had our fumbles. We'll continue to have our fumbles, but we're also making the choice that the next day is going to be a better day and our best version of us. And if we could all use that guiding philosophy of your internal monologue should reflect how you would talk to someone that you care about so much, I think we're all going to be okay in the end. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for watching us, and we'll see you guys soon.
See you soon.
Bye.